The next one is a young man. I believe, Matt, are you 16? We have a 16-year-old young man here today who wants to come and speak about the Second Amendment. Please help me welcome Matt Gioia.
Good afternoon. Well, what a good afternoon it is. I would like to say thank you to Scott Wilson and the CCDL, the NRA, and other gun rights groups, and all of you for showing up. My name is Matt Gioia. I'm a 16-year-old high school student at Rocky Hill High School. I'm here today to discuss the Second Amendment rights being stolen from us. It's a sad day when the American people have to protest in order to keep the rights that were promised to us. But as we see today, there are still plenty of true American patriots willing to stand up for what so many men have died to uphold. Let's start off with the so-called assault weapons ban. What they call assault weapons, such as AR-15 type rifles, are simply small caliber semi-automatic rifles. These are often the scary guns that the media likes to portray as military rifles. They are incredibly underpowered and only fire one round every time you pull the trigger. Many still argue that we civilians have no use for these types of firearms. However, many of the newly banned guns are used in various shooting sports, countless hunting applications, and recreational shooting for all ages. They make bogus arguments such as, you don't need more than 5 rounds in a magazine to kill a deer. Oh, I'm sorry. Since when have we had a bill of needs? Why can the American people not be trusted with weapons while the government is hoarding billions of rounds of ammunition and the DHS is buying armored vehicles? We should be able to own any weapon that they can own. If your own government doesn't trust you, you have twice the reason not to trust them. You cannot expect more laws to affect those who already break the laws. Remember Prohibition? During this time, alcohol was outlawed. But even with this new law, anyone that wanted a bottle of whiskey knew exactly where they could pick some up after work. And many laws, like the privatized sales of firearms being registered, are completely unenforceable. Don't believe that they will stop after this. Back in the day, it was automatic firearms, and now it has come to this. If you don't own rifles now banned in Connecticut, don't worry. It's only a matter of time before they come for your father's old Winchester and then your single-shot .22. Guns save lives. Guns prevent an estimated 2.5 million crimes a year, in fact. Often the gun is never even fired and no blood is shed. Ever hear of the town called Kennesaw in Georgia, gun capital USA? In 1982, they passed a law requiring each household to keep at least one firearm in the house. The residential burglary rate dropped 89% the following year. And not a single person has been involved in a fatal shooting in the town in 25 years. Take a look at the magazine called American Rifleman, published by the NRA. Each month, there's about a dozen or so in the section called The Armed Citizen. It shows how guns save lives, and it's such a small sliver, but it can change the ideas of your friends, so please share that. The Connecticut State Constitution states that every citizen has the right to bear arms in defense of himself and the state. You cannot get more clear than that. And for those that argue against the militia clause in the Constitution, guess what? We are the militia! It is up to the American people to protect the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and especially domestic. The Second Amendment has been ruled to be an individual right by the Supreme Court multiple times. The United States would crumble if we were not allowed to own arms. The Second Amendment protects every other right that we own, because if the government is the only one with guns, they can tell us to do anything, and there is no way to fight back. The Second Amendment is the ultimate check and balance system that our founders gave us. History tells us that it is common for citizens to surrender their liberties to the state under the mistaken belief that the government is granting them freedom or security. This often ends with oppressive and tyrannical results. We all know that gun control doesn't work. Passing new laws in order to stop a criminal who by definition breaks laws accomplishes nothing except incriminating us. The bill that was overwhelmingly passed in both houses is not only unconstitutional, but it will achieve nothing in the way of protecting anybody. So what can all of you do? First of all, everybody here must continuously call, email, and write their local, state, and federal representatives. We need to show anyone that votes to restrict our freedoms the overwhelming disgust we have for their actions. And by calling those that have yet to vote on new bills, you are showing them what America wants. Education is one of the most important pieces to this puzzle. The media lies about anything they can to sway their viewers. Share the speaker's speeches, contents with others. Educate them on the real facts. You must remember that the average person probably does not realize the lies. So it is our job to set the facts straight and let them come to their own opinion. Peaceful protest and rally is what keeps America free. Rallies like this show the true American freedom and what the people really want. So when someone asks you where you were on April 20th of 2013, you can proudly tell them that you were on the steps of your Capitol. We need to continue to fight. The politicians would love nothing more than to strip you of every right you have as an American citizen. But we will not let that happen. Day after day, they are devoting all of their time to shredding the Constitution. We are the only thing that can stop them. We will stop them. Fight! Fight for freedom!